welcome back to the Light Skinema podcast. This is episode 21, where today we're going to be going over a good chunk of this, the Oscar stuff. We're going to be kind of reacting to the nominations, and then our film review of the week is Pixar's Cars. Obviously, if you know us, you know that's Shaitan's number one film of all time. It's in his letterboxd top four, so I'm sure he's going to be taking the reins and really expressing how much he likes it when we get to the review. But of course, Jathan, it's back to school for us. We're obviously in different locations. Jathan's back in San Diego at school. Obviously still at home, but yeah, we're officially at that time of the year where we're across the country from each other. So how's it been adjusting back to school and like your movie watching? What you've been doing since we last saw each other?
Taking a swim, sitting by the beach chairs. I heard there's a snowstorm going on over there from what I hear. I think negative degrees I heard, so
Yeah,
if
this Sunday, Monday. It's supposed to be a big snowstorm. See what happens. Hopefully it doesn't end up being that big, but it probably will be.
well, I'm looking at the weather right now and it's looking like 70 degrees for the next 10 days. So, pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I'm just messing with you. No, it's good. I like the new room. Roommates are cool. Honestly, I can't wait for May to get here because I'm just ecstatic to be home and to be done with college. I mean, I just can't overstate how much I love Boston and my home.
hmm I'll pull up some movie watching because the last time we obviously recorded and kind of the last time we talked in general about movie stuff was when we recorded our in-person pod for episode 20. If you guys hopefully you guys watched that because I think it was a really good pod. We went in depth about a bunch of stuff, but the last time, like I said, we talked was January 10th when we saw Is This Thing On. So since then, Jathan, you've seen a few movies. You kind of want to go over some of them?
Yeah, just had to restart the capture. Yeah, so where were we? January 13th, a Minecraft movie. I mean, not much to talk about in general, but Jack Black
Yeah.
is just on crack the whole time. Is that your banner that you put?
Yeah, that's the the I am Steve moment. Yeah.
It's a it's definitely like a ADHD movie for sure. Um, Before I left, I went and saw No Other Choice the day before I went to San Diego. Just amazing. I was shocked that this thing got zero nominations for the Oscars. I mean, just talk about a film that has so much to say and just is so relevant to today. I mean, if you're like an American who's like works a 9 to 5, I think you need to watch this movie just to get some self awareness into what is like actually going on versus your day to day limerence, I guess, of just clocking in, clocking out. Because wow, like this made me want to just like be with my family, and two, just be unemployed because wow, like this thing is crazy.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. I liked it a lot. Yeah, we'll get into some of the Oscars stuff with what happened with that movie in a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, then I rewatched Mad Max Fury Road on Blu-ray, this time in black and chrome. And if you own the Blu-ray, you'll know that they start off the movie with a recording from George Miller, asking you if you think the movie is done better in black and chrome. And I will say that it does elevate certain elements to the film, which I think is interesting. But I gotta say the color here is necessary, and that might not be the biggest hot take in the world, but I think that this is a one beautiful film, but to also kind of like when you watch something in black and white versus you watch something in color, it really changes like I guess the what's the word here, mise en scène. Like you just notice the blocking of the actors, the blocking of the props. Like the shot that comes to mind is the first shot of the film, Max in the desert next to his car. It just I don't know, it's hard to explain into words, but if I'll probably put the two pictures up next to each other, but when you strip elements down, it just tells a completely different story slash picture. So I hope that wasn't too avant-garde for people who aren't super tuned in to film and just the idea of like what's on screen, what's on the picture, but it's definitely a game changer. But love this film. Come back to it all the time. Uh, just one of the bigger surprises that we've watched together. I think we watched it in, was it 2024 or was it 2025? I want to say it was 2025.
Yeah, it was the start of 2025. It was January 1st of, yeah, last year.
Yeah, shame on me for taking 10 years to get to this film, but I love it. If you love action, check it out.
Yeah, I like Mad Max, Fury Road, Black and Chrome better than the color version, but for Furiosa, I like the color version better than the Black and Chrome because Furiosa has, the same thing as well.
And then Hamnet. Wow, this one really shocked me. Gonna be honest, like I did not do my due diligence when it came to arriving on time. This is the first movie that I saw in San Diego, and it like one I didn't arrive on time because there was traffic getting out while I went to go see the film, so that kind of disturbed my the first 5 or so minutes of the film I didn't get to see. So that is on me, but it's really beautiful. Chloe Zhao loves making movies about like very personal relationships, about family, about blood, and Hamnet, obviously tragic story. I had not read the book slash play beforehand, so I was missing some elements. I think we read Hamlet, so isn't that the same thing?
Well, Hamnet is the actual name of their son, and this is like what actually happened to William Shakespeare and his wife slash girlfriend. I don't know if they got married, but yeah, Hamlet is the play that he made because of what happened to his son.
Mm-hmm. So it's just insane to me how easily Zhao is able to like flip the switch from like very wholesome like family moments with kids that like genuinely made me smile, and then just like the awful like horrific things that like people in real life go through with the passing of a loved one. And I really empathized with the characters here. The shots are beautiful, the art's beautiful. There was one shot in particular that like really stuck to me, which was when it's toward the end of the film. It's when William Shakespeare's just out on the water by himself, and he's thinking about taking his life, and he kind of just stares into the empty like void of the water, and there's like one shot of the water, and the next shot it's his reaction, and that really stuck to me because I don't know about you, but like I don't know, I've had dark moments similar to that where the darkness just is kind of staring back at you, and it like kind of puts you back into reality. Like fuck, like I don't know, it I don't want to get too like dramatic about it or anything, but when you like go through something like that in your life, and then you like just kind of have to face that darkness, and then it just like looks back at you, I don't know, it's like snap back to reality type of moment. Like fuck, like I'm going through something, you know what I mean? But
Hmm.
Great movie. I need to rewatch this thing just because I missed the first few minutes, but I wouldn't be surprised if this film won a lot of Oscars. What's her name? The lead
Jessie
actress.
Buckley.
Yeah, she would be my pick right now as best actress.
Hmm. Yeah, I saw it when I got back from vacation in early December. I certainly liked it. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. It was very emotional. Certain moments were emotional. Some um, didn't hit me as hard as maybe other people, but I think Paul and Jesse obviously are getting a lot of recognition. Mostly Jesse Buckley. I mean, it's pretty much kind of as close to certain that she's going to win the Oscar, which I think is very deserving of winning. But the two Jupe brothers, Jacoby Jupe and Noah Jupe, I think their performances were just as good. Jacoby Jupe, who I'm gonna pull him up on Letterboxd right now, he plays Hamlet in the film. I think he's like 12 years old. When he filmed this, he was probably even younger. He was amazing. Um, I mean, spoilers. His death scene is like incredible to watch. I was blown away, and his older brother Noah Jupe. Let me see. He's been in some movies. Yeah, Quiet Place. He plays the son. Ford v Ferrari. Wonder. I forget who he plays in Wonder, but he's a good actor too, and I think he does a good job towards the end of the film when they actually do the stage play. Stage play, but yeah, it's a good movie.
That stage scene was insane to me. Just definitely check this film out. There were so many people crying and sniffling on my way out,
Yeah.
and I'm not one to cry very often, but I can definitely see why. And I I just think I need more life experience to be able to get emotionally invested in this film. But if you're over the age of 30, I would say this is a must watch.
Yeah. Then I don't know if you want to talk about your other thing, cause
Yeah, short term 12. Directed by Destin Daniel Creighton. Uh, he was a former alumni at my school, and obviously he's gone to direct some big movies, namely Spider Man, that's coming out later this year. So I can only imagine what that feels like. Um, it was a really good film. It started out as a short that he directed at my school, and he hold on, I'm like fixing this capture. It's a very personal story. It's about these group of counselors who work at this like at-risk home for kids under the age of 18 who could like end up in juvie and whatnot. And based off that synopsis, you can tell it's gonna get kind of deep, but you really get a glimpse of what these kids' home lives are like, as well as the counselors. So I like that aspect in that you're seeing the problems with the kids, yes, but you also see the problems with the adult lives, and it shows that like people who like go through those types of things, like I have all the power to you for working with people like that because how else are we gonna heal those dark areas of society? You know what I mean? Like, but great film. I was really surprised by it. I'm not one to like hype up these types of movies, but I think this is a great film. Must watch. Uh,
well, you love the Florida Project. I mean, I haven't seen this, but it to me I feel like it echoes maybe some of those themes. So
yeah, I mean there's gonna be some dark topics here. Uh, Brie Larson, I wasn't like the biggest fan of because my first exposure to her was in Captain Marvel, but she's great here. Like I can see why she became as big as she was because these early roles of her were like very I think they do a lot more justice for her acting than the Marvel stuff she's been doing. So just great performances,
Yeah, she's an Oscar winner.
wholesome wholesome message, and yeah, no reason not to check it out.
I'll quickly go through some of my stuff that I've been watching. Let's see what we got here. I'll start with The Celebration. This was a Thomas Vinterberg film that I have on the Criterion Collection. If you're familiar with him, he has two movies that are pretty popular on Netflix. Not Netflix, on Letterboxd as well. Another Round in The Hunt with Mads Mikkelsen. Those are really really good films. I recommend those. This film was just as good. It is about a family that kind of comes together for their father's 60th birthday party. It's shot how like home videos used to be shot with like camcorders and like really, there's not great lighting in this. It's all kind of natural lighting, but um, it just turns into something absolutely wild. If you're familiar with his films, you know that the subject matter is very dark, so it's no stranger to that. And I had a good time with it, and I have it on Blu-ray. I have it on Criterion, so I'll probably be rewatching that in the future because I think it was a really interesting film with a lot of great performances. Another Criterion that I finally got to is Devil in a Blue Dress, Denzel Washington. This film to me was kind of like in a realm kind of how LA Confidential is. Like it's just about, this guy trying to uncover this crime, murder spree that's been happening, but this takes place in the 50s after World War II. You get Don Cheadle in this. He is not in it too much, but he makes a really, really great impact on the story. Denzel's really great, and I said in my review, this is probably the best restoration that I've seen Criterion do, probably ever, at least in my opinion. I have it on 4K, and the 4K looked perfect. It was like unbelievable how good this film looked, and I was just really, really impressed with it. And obviously, Denzel is one of the goats. He's one of my personal favorites my entire life. So happy I got to it. Another big one, Schindler's List. I've been putting off this movie for a long time, no particular reason, just because it's long and I know that it's
Is this your first?
yeah, first watch.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I've been putting it off for a while, and like I said, I know it's a big film. I know going into it, I knew a lot of stuff that was going to happen anyway. Obviously, it's based off, um, World War II and the Nazi regime and concentration camps, but I knew some of the character things that were going to happen, particularly with Liam Neeson's character. So I won't say it was like a big shock, um, learning about how his character kind of switches and turns into a much better man than he once started with. But it was really emotional. It looked amazing. I have it on 4K as well. I bought it like back in the summer, and I just been sitting on it waiting to watch it. I'm not gonna go through everything here. I just gotta. I'll do like two more. Dick Tracy, another film that I bought recently that I've been wanting to watch for a long time. Stars Warren Beatty, Al. Why am I blanking on his name? Dustin Hoffman pops up for a little bit. Really, really good film. Yeah, it's a simple story. It's based off a comic book, and I don't know about you, Jathan, but I don't know anything about the Dick Tracy comic. I don't think it ever like um got super big after like the times it was coming out, like in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, I think. Um, so I don't have any attachment to this character, but it looks amazing. It's one of the coolest looking films I've ever watched. Like I said, simple story, but I really enjoyed it, and I definitely will be rewatching this film a lot. I think this film is going to get added to my all-time favorite list probably by the next rewatch. Yeah, let's see what I else I got.
Let's do Edward Scissorhands because I was pretty
Well,
happy.
I'll go quick on that. I didn't really care for it as much as I wanted to. It's 3 stars, not a bad film at all. I think it looks great. I think Johnny Depp's performance in it is really, really cool. Obviously, such an iconic character, but the story was like fairly simple. Yeah, I just thought there would be maybe like a little bit more. I thought there would be a little bit more horror elements. Uh, Not a bad film. Like I said, I know this is a favorite by most people. I know a lot of people when it comes to Tim Burton, like it's either like this or Batman for kind of some of their favorites. Yeah, it was fine. It's a little bit what I was expected, a little bit disappointed, but I know you really like it, so if you want to touch on it a little bit,
I kind of want to rip on you for that, but we'll keep it
it's
pushing.
fine.
Not
Yeah,
everything's gonna be a hitter.
yeah, it's certainly good. Like it's not a bad film at all. I got enjoyment from watching it. It wasn't like I was miserable. Quickly Mercy. I saw this movie at AMC Screen on Screen. It actually came out this Friday. Well, today, the day we're recording. Um, I saw it in IMAX 3D. It's real IMAX 3D. I think is amazing. I think it's way better than standard 3D. So I actually enjoy it. I feel like it really immerses you in the movie. But this movie was god awful to me. I didn't see War of the Worlds, the Ice Cube movie, but I'm assuming it was pretty similar to this, with just like constant webcams and screens and AI nonsense. And it was the script was god awful. The acting was as good as you can get from this terrible script. Not a fan of it. I think this will probably be one of my lowest rated films of 2026, and we're not even through the first month yet. It was tough.
1 star looks generous.
I think the only reason it got one is because I saw it in IMAX 3D, and that like naturally kind of had me locked in a little bit more than probably if I watch it just like on my computer or something like that. But yeah, that's all I got for movie watching. The Darth Maul show, TV show is coming out in April. I'm a big fan of Darth Maul. I love the Star Wars: The Clone Wars animated show, and it's pretty much in that style of animation. So I'll definitely be checking that out. Especially because I don't watch a lot of TV shows. So when there is one that I'm super excited about, I I really like dive into it, and I'll probably be doing um reviewing the episodes on that show, or at least a big season finale TikTok video on it. But a show I'll definitely be recapping week to week is Invincible season 4. The trailer just dropped this week. I know Jathan, you've been kind of in and out on Invincible the past couple seasons, but season 4 is, in my opinion, probably going to be some of the best television we've gotten for that show. Maybe other than season 1. Season one's really great, but I think just because how good the story is. But season 4 turns up the volume even more. And if people think Conquest is a great villain, we have a lot more in store. So I'm very excited for that. Okay, so we're obviously going to go over the Oscar nominations of this year. We were talking about it in our 2025 recap video about some of our favorite films and some of our favorite performances of the year. But all the categories released on Thursday, so yesterday for us. And I'm just going to go in order of how the Oscar website goes. And Jathan, if you want to put any input or snubs or reactions, anything, just put it in. But I'm gonna try to quickly go through the categories. So actor in the leading role, we got Timothy Chalamet, DiCaprio, Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan, and Wagner Moore for The Secret Agent. Any reactions to that, Jathan?
Um, I did see that The Secret Agent got a ton of nominations. That's a film that I have not checked out, but it seems like a film that is going to receive some awards. So I was just wondering, quick thoughts on that, because I have not seen that, but leading actor seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I think most of these are really good picks. The Ethan Hawke Blue Moon, I would have rather have seen like Jesse Plemons get in here, especially because Begonia got nominated for a lot of stuff. But I think everybody else is good picks. Actor in a supporting role, these exact five are the exact five I have picked for myself, so I was very happy with this selection. But we got Benicio and Sean Penn from One Battle. We have Jacob Elordi Frankenstein, Delroy Orlando Sinners, and Stellan Skarsgård from Sentimental Value. So I was happy with all those. I think the biggest surprise for this was Delroy Lindo, especially because he was not getting nominated for any of the other type of award shows, but he this was his first Oscar nomination actually, and coming out of Sinners too, I remember saying to myself, I was like, I feel like the performances are going to get overlooked in this film, but I feel like one person that could get nominated was him. I think he just delivers, I would say, probably two of the more emotional scenes in this film, or more, I don't know, monologues that I think are really well. But I was happy to see him get in here. Actress in a leading role. This is where I really almost fell to my knees at work the other day when I read the nominations list. But we have Jessie Buckley, obviously, who will probably win. We have Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson, Song Sung Blue, Renata Reinsva for Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone for Begonia. Um, yeah, Jathan, definitely give your 2 cents on this because, yeah, there's obviously somebody missing here that we both think shouldn't be missing.
Chase Infinity not receiving a nomination was wild to me. I just don't see an argument for why she shouldn't have, other than uh, I guess her being like one of her first roles, but I don't really see why that should matter. Yeah, that was shocking to me, but right now, if I'm having to go off the Oscar picks, I'm gonna go with Jessie Buckley for Hamnet.
Yeah, it was disappointing to see that. Also, I was disappointed to not see Amanda Seyfried, who I thought she had a good shot of getting in here. She was my second favorite performance of the year, but it is what it is. The Oscars always, miss out on certain people that you think are your favorites, so not a big deal. But Kate Hudson, Song Sung Blue, I think she's great in that. I don't think it's nearly one of the best of the year, but it's cool to see her up there. My personal favorite up here, though, I would let me get my actual list real quick. I think my personal favorite up here is probably Emma Stone Begonia. I just don't think that they will give it to her, but I think Jessie Buckley will probably grab it. And she's very deserving. But yeah. So actress, we got Elle Fanning, Inga Ipsdottir Elias, Amy Madigan, Wumi Masaku, who is the big surprise for Sinners, and we got Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another. Um, what is your reaction to this, Shaitan? Because you still haven't seen Sentimental Value, but we obviously have two people from that in this.
Mm-hmm. Um, I think they'll give it to Tiana Taylor, which I think she was good in that film, but like I said, I think she didn't have the biggest role to play in the overall like plot of that film. Um, was she important? Yeah, but after the Golden Globes, it feels like that is gonna be where they're heading. Uh, I don't have too much to add here because I haven't seen Sentimental Value, but it's not the strongest category this year, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I do think this is the weakest acting category of the year. I said this before the Oscars even announced their five, but um, I don't know. I think it's up in the air because I don't know. You have it. We have Marty Supreme for Jar Safdie. We have One Battle After Another, PTA, Sentimental Value, Joachim Trier, and Sinners, Ryan Coogler. What do you think of that list, Shaitan?
After seeing No Other Choice, I gotta say, like he would Park Chan Wook would have been a heavyweight favorite for me, but seeing as he is not an option here, um, I don't see how they don't give it to PTA. Uh, Especially just I think One Battle is gonna get snubbed for some of the bigger ones, like leading actor. I don't think Leo's gonna get it. Um, Again, Chase Infinity didn't get a nomination. Maybe they'll give it to Tiana Taylor, but I already made my picks 2 weeks ago. If you want to check it out, you can. But I'd be shocked if PTA didn't get this.
Yeah, I agree. And when the Oscars do the week before they come up, we'll make our picks and go over them in a video before obviously that comes out. But then I'll just go over the best picture so we don't spend too much time here. But we got Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. Jathan, what did you think about this list? Do you think were you shocked by any? Did you see any that were left off this that you wish were on it?
Again, no other choice. I think that film had so much to say. It's kind of shocking to me that it wasn't here, but considering that Sinners broke the record for most Oscar nominations in any category with 16,
Hmm.
it kind of leaves me wondering that if they don't give Sinners Best Picture, then what does that really mean of it breaking all the record nominations? Because if it's getting nominated for almost every category, then how's it not the Best Picture? You know what I mean?
Hmm. Because I think adapted screenplay, I think will probably go to PTA, and I think original screenplay will probably go to Ryan Coogler. I think both of them are kind of the 50-50 shot for director. Maybe Chloe Zhao, maybe, depending on how Hamnet does that night. But
I'd be
yeah, I
happy
think
if Chloe Zhao got it.
I would not be happy. She already has, I think, two Oscars. And I don't think, like, I think Hamnet is good. I think she did a good job. I don't think she did better than Coogler or PTA. But I guarantee you, whoever wins director that night, which obviously comes out before the Best Picture announce, I think will win Best Picture. Unfortunately, I think Sinners is gonna not win a lot of awards. I think
So let
it's
me
one of the
ask you this: what do you think of
yeah.
people calling it overrated now that it has broken the record for most Oscar nominations?
Um, I mean, in that sense, I think it's kind of dumb because the the films with the most nominations before this one were Titanic, which I feel like people call that film overrated a lot. Um, All About Eve, which I still haven't seen yet, and I forget the other one. It might have been.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Oh, I mean, come on. I think Sinners, in my opinion, is better than those films. I haven't seen All About Eve, but I think it's much better than those. So, but people have been calling Sinners overrated, I would say, since the end of this summer. So it's nothing new. I think it's, however you feel about the movies, however you feel. I can't speak on that, but no, this film is not overrated in my opinion. No, I think it's my favorite of the year, and I think objectively it's just a fantastic film. I do think though they're not going to win a lot of Oscars. I don't think they'll get any of the acting categories. I think they'll get score. I could see them getting some of the production awards potentially, maybe cinematography. Um, I think if I were to give you my top three of Best Picture, I think Sinners is in the top three alongside Hamnet and One Battle, but I think it's One Battle's year. But you never know with Oscars because last year going into the Oscars, it was very up in the air what Best Picture was going to be. Going into it, some people thought Conclave. Anora was, some people thought Anora, but it was really, to me, that was kind of a shock. And while I'm on the Oscars website, I'm actually going to go to last year's just to get some reference point because last year it was really mixed. Really, really mixed. Um, let's see,
People
let's
say
see. Let
that
me,
movie's overrated too, and I watched it after the fact. And this is already established. I'm a Sean Baker guy, but I don't think there was any doubt that that was not the best picture. Maybe The
no, there was massive doubt.
Brutalist, but
No, there
that
was massive doubt.
I can
I'm
see
just saying,
that,
I'm not,
but just my
no, no, no.
opinion. Like,
Yeah, your opinion is fine. I'm not saying your opinion is wrong. I'm just saying, from somebody that watches all the award seasons and pays attention to the buzz, Anora was not a film that was highly up there going into this award show. They hadn't won a ton of awards, but obviously, the night of the Oscars, Sean Baker went home with four, which was pretty unexpected. I think going into this film, I mean, not going into this film, sorry, going into this night last year, Conclave and The Brutalist were really the heavy favorites. Um, Anora isn't my favorite film. It definitely wasn't my favorite from last year, but I think it's certainly a good film. And yeah, like you just said, a lot of people have been calling Anora overrated. So the whole Sinners overrated thing is to me just a bunch of nonsense. I don't really care. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I can't really help you. But Some other Oscar stuff that I wanted to mention. Wicked, no nominations for anything. I think that was the correct choice. I think Wicked for Good was not even close to the same level as the first one, not even remotely close. Um, for Marty Supreme, you only get one acting nomination, which I was kind of shocked by. I thought we would get Odessa Zion or Gwyneth Paltrow. At least one of them I thought would make it. So I was shocked by that because yeah, I thought Marty Supreme had a lot of momentum, but I guess not. But overall, I would say this year I think
Is
the
it not a
Oscars.
Best Picture nominee?
No, of course it is. I was just talking about the actors.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the best picture nominee. I think overall they did a pretty good job. The 10 films they picked, I think they did a good job with them. A lot of people are upset about F1. If you listen to this podcast, you know we're fans of F1. I thought it was a phenomenal movie. And normally every year in the Oscars there's always that big, blockbuster action film. So this is not anything new, but
Yeah, but the
Top Gun
Academy
Maverick.
hates the big explosion movies, except Top Gun. That was the
Well,
only one in
Avatar.
recent memory that I can recall that they gave big praise.
Well, Avatar. I'm just saying every year there's normally that one commercial big film that they always put. Like last year was Wicked, Barbie. Those, I mean, not to rip on those films. I don't think those films are, the highest level um, acting and performance films like a lot of these other ones are. But you know, every year they always give a big blockbuster film. So this is nothing new. So that were left out, I was upset about. But overall, I think the Oscars did a better job this year than they typically have been doing.
How many nominations did Avengers Endgame receive? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, I can look it up. I don't know. I would bet maybe one, probably zero. Visual effects one, yep, but it didn't win.
That's kind of crazy to me.
I don't think it's crazy.
I do because if you have a film that culturally significant, then how can you not like recognize it more?
Yeah, but it was
Isn't
for
that what
visual
the
effects. It's not
Academy is
like
for? Like in being like this was the best picture. This was hands down the best film. This is what we're going to recognize for millennia. Like I'm not saying it need to win best picture, but I think we should
oh,
start
hell no.
thinking about like how culturally relevant these films are. Like
Oh,
if
I think that's
Sinners
totally
gets
fair.
16 Oscar nominations, and I'm not saying it's gonna get snubbed or anything, but if it only comes away with one or two, I'm like, what does that tell us?
I mean, I think that's totally fair. But I mean, the Oscars has have been this way for a long time. That's why to me it's not a surprise. But let me just name the films that Endgame was going against in 2019 for Best Picture. Parasite, Ford v Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Woman, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I'm not saying it was
Then
gonna win it, but
no, I know, but I'm just saying I don't even think it should have been nominated. And I love Endgame. I love Marvel movies, but it can't. That's what I'm saying. It's like they're not gonna give just the most blockbuster, biggest event film of the year a Best Picture nom. If we were going off that, then Super Mario and Minecraft would be up here. So there's a give and take with it. It's always kind of been that way.
I don't know. I think you gotta recognize them in some capacity.
Well, I think getting a nomination is a big recognition. I mean, okay, all right. So we get into cars.
Okay, Pixar's Cars. Uh, love this movie. Do you like pepperoni pizza?
Yeah, I do.
Cars to me is pepperoni pizza. Like, how do you not like pepperoni pizza? Like, is it the most creative, most ingenious thing ever created? No, but when you take a bite of pizza, you're gonna love the cheese, you're gonna love the sauce, you're gonna love the crust. I love the characters in Cars. I love the animation. I love the voice acting. I love Radiator Springs. I love racing. I love the action sequences. I love this has the best opening sequence in a film. I'm not afraid to say that. It has the best opening sequence in a film I've ever seen. It completely wraps you in from the get-go. It pulls you in. It tells you the stakes. It tells you what you need to know about the characters, and it hypes you up. Like, I'm gonna like just bottle rocket for this review here, but I love this movie. Like, oh my god, I love Cars. Lightning McQueen, just a great character. Um, I think anyone who has like found some sort of confidence at one point in their life can kind of relate to this arc that he goes down of just navigating his ego and realizing how isolating it is at the end of the day. Um, when you think of yourself so highly and you're so narcissistic, but he's flashy, he gets the chicks. He loves racing, he loves talking shit. He has the signature catchphrase "Ka-chow." Like, he's everything I would want out of a protagonist who's about to get humbled and get his shit rocked in the middle of the film. But love the characters. Mater, just probably one of the best sidekicks Disney has ever created. Nick, what does this movie mean to you? Because I don't want to hog the spotlight here, but
No, it's fine. Yeah, it means a whole lot. This film is one of my earliest memories. My dad took me to go see this when I was a kid. I don't remember, but he told me we had to leave early because I kept crying about wanting to play with my Superman toy that was in the car. But but yeah, I mean, I've been watching this film forever. Like I don't even I can't even put in to a number how many times I've seen it. I I, I would just spend days watching this as a kid, just on repeat, over and over and over. I had a lot of Cars toys, like the little, little like Hot Wheels ones that they used to have, just the small ones. And I mean, I reiterate everything you pretty much just said. It's goofy. I feel like a lot of dialogue about cars nowadays is just how over the top goofy it is, and a lot of people are kind of rewriting history on these movies. I think they're just hating to hate because I think at least this first one is phenomenal for so many reasons, story wise, the racing wise, how it looks, how good the animation is, the voice acting is really amazing. So I don't really understand where the kind of the new hate comes for the Cars franchise, at least the first one, like I said. But I love it, and I love coming back to it because it's always a good laugh. This film, I'm 22 years old, and this kids animated film makes me laugh like no other film. So it's all positive for me. I adore this thing.
oh yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Like, there's so many stupid lines that they say all the time. Like, Larry the Cable Guy gets some like really. He's kind of like Steve in the Minecraft movie in the sense that like every other line is like just something completely out of left field that like is you're just like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, is your name Mater? Later Mater? Like,
Yeah.
um, I love the characters. Sally, I think she's one of the better love interests in Pixar. I can really empathize with her struggle here, and her backstory is really interesting, and it's kind of one of the under talked moments about this film, just about when you're living in the fast lane and you kind of lose sight of kind of what makes you you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
you you start chasing things that aren't who you are slash what you need, and you start to lose yourself a little bit. You start to, you know, make wrong friends. You know, make bad decisions. You might start chasing like danger, like they allude to her being this car that was very, I guess, dangerous and did some like crazy shit. Like I think they allude to her like breaking down in the middle of the desert, which in the Cars universe, I guess, is like being put on a stretcher and like you're in the ER. I don't know, but
Yeah.
just some great characters here, great message. I did some research and I didn't know this, but Route 66 in real life, like this movie is based on a real story. Like Route 66 in real life was home to many small towns slash like beautiful scenery in California that gets paved over large highways, so you know big more people can move in, more people can move to the city and whatnot. And I can relate to that, hailing from a smaller town where things are, you know, the town isn't the same as when you grew up, and you know some things get torn down and people move out, and it's like it's not the same as it used to be. But I appreciate this film. Radiator Springs is like top three pick Disney locations for me. Just I love the scenery, the message, slowing down, appreciating the bigger picture in life instead of the small things that you think are gonna win you status, money, fame, whatever it is. And I appreciate Lightning being able to find this community that he so desperately needed. So I can relate heavily to that.
Yeah. We could go on and on about our favorite moments, but I just love all the interactions that Lightning has with Doc Hudson, especially when they're in Radiator Springs, when he's still kind of toying between the line of like, hey, I should be like, um, I should start getting friends, I should start slowing down, not caring about the fame, but then at the same time, he's like fighting to get back to the championship race. I forget, it
The
probably has a
Piston
particular name.
Cup. Come on.
Well, no, but where is it at? Like I was trying to think of what Grand Prix
California.
it is. Okay, yeah, the California Grand Prix. Um, yeah, so he's kind of towing that line, and I just love all the interactions he has with Doc, especially when he goes into Doc's garage for the first time, and he sees, I think, what, three piston cups? He
Yeah.
has three, right? Yeah, three piston cups. Um,
Good
and
to
him and
know
Doc
that
just have it.
you know how many championships Doc Hudson has, but
Well, I don't know everybody's. I don't know all the lore.
how many
I'm
does
not
Strip
Stephen A.
Weathers have?
I think he has seven. Does he?
I want to say Strip
Oh, so you
Weathers.
don't even know. So don't give me shit. I
I
don't care.
think I think you're right, but just a fact
Yeah.
check.
All right. Well, I'll keep talking, then you can say it when you pull it up. But I
Strip
love the interact.
Weathers has 7 piston cups.
Okay, yeah. So I'm on the money. Yeah, I like the interaction they have in the garage a lot. Because obviously Lightning hasn't won one at this point. He's a rookie, but he's so enthralled by, winning and fame, and he's enthralled that this is the Hudson Hornet, Doc Hudson, and Doc pretty much just tells him that like, racing did nothing for him. Like they left him in the dirt. They left him forgotten. Nobody's checking in on him. Nobody cares about him anymore. And he's like, these cups are meaningless. Like obviously Doc in the garage has just tools in the piston cups. He's like, these it's just an empty cup. It's useless. It's useless. And I think that was a really cool part of the film because I feel like even for kids, if you don't pick up on all the big metaphors of this film, I feel like at least in that moment, you can see like the fame and the notoriety isn't all what it's cut out to be. So I really like those scenes. I think Mater. You might not agree with this, but I think Mater is arguably more popular than Lightning is. I don't know how you feel about that.
No way.
Not in the not in the world of cars, and I mean
No
in like
way.
in pop culture.
No way, Mater. Like, yes, but no. Like they're kind of a duo. You know what I mean? Like they're Woody and Buzz. Like who's more popular, Woody or Buzz? Like It doesn't really
I would say
matter. When
what
you
he
think
is.
of one, you think of the other.
Yeah, fair. But yeah, Larry the Cable Guy, he's made this role very iconic, and Mater is I love Mater, and I totally forgot that Michael Keaton was Chick Hicks. Totally forgot.
That there's another point about Mater I want to make before we move on, and that's kind of like a big theme in this movie that on this rewatched I kind of realized is like people with imperfections. I think that's a big theme in this movie because at the end of the first race, Lightning goes to a sponsorship and he's like surrounded by all these rusty cars, and I think the movie does a great job of embracing people's imperfections and I don't know, just seeing them as other people. Like, I think that's a big message for kids and adults. Like, Mater, like on the surface, is this real goofy dude, and like Lightning doesn't really think much of him, but like that he really grows to appreciate him, and you really see how smart he is, especially when he has to like talk to him about Sally and his relationships going on in his life. But I like that aspect, and you can use that imperfection argument to almost all the characters in this film, from like Lightning to Sally to Doc to Mater to everyone. But um, let's see. I'm trying to think. Am I missing anything?
I mean, we can bump over to what you wanted to say for Cars 3, and then we can, make our way back as well.
Yeah. So Cars 3, people don't really like nearly as much as Cars 1, which I can see why. I think it's a decent film. I don't think it does anything too daring, which the trailer, I think, led a lot of people to believe that they're really going to jump the shark. But it deals with Lightning getting a huge crash, and he kind of has to. It's almost like Rocky in the sense that he has to climb back to where he was and reinvent himself and realize if racing still has a spot for him when he's past his prime. And I think it's a really powerful message in the sense that it's an athlete's passing of the torch, because it sports is about time. Like, you are never gonna be able to perform at your peak like forever. You know what I mean? Like, if
Yeah.
that was true, we'd have 80-year-olds playing basketball or whatever. But they really alluded to that being a plot point ever since Cars 1 with Doc Hudson's crash and then Strip Weathers. It's like legacy is such a big part of that film, and I think they handled it well while also not completely closing the door on Lightning's character. So I was wondering what you thought about that film from an emotional standpoint, as well as just like your general thoughts.
Um, so I rewatched this last night with Cars as well. The only other time I had seen this was when it came out in theaters back in 2017, and at that point, obviously, that was nearly 10 years ago, and I don't think I appreciated the movie as much. I really didn't like it. I thought it was really, really bad, and I still don't think it's great. I give it a 2.5, but I think I can appreciate it more because Lightning in this movie, he is definitely not the person he used to be, and let's just say I can relate to that. I definitely out of my prime and on that retirement side in certain aspects. So I liked McQueen in that sense. I guess in that sense it made me a little bit emotional because there's definitely like at some point you just got to look in the mirror and be like, hey, you got to put that jersey up, you got to hang that thing up. But I think
He's
the
not done though.
cruise. Well, realistically say that he's gonna continue racing.
He's gonna. He, the way 3 goes is that he signs this deal with some, like, I forget his name, but he's trying to be on his good side. He like wants to be his like not agent, but I guess like
Yeah,
endorsement
but he doesn't
sponsor.
sign with him.
Yeah, but the deal was that if he loses, then he retires. He gives up racing, and then If
Yeah.
he wins, then he gives up racing when he chooses to, and not when everyone quits on him. So, at the end of the film, spoilers, he himself does not win the race, but Cruz Ramirez wins it in his number. So, he continues racing on his own terms.
The very end, Cruz gets signed by Dynaco. They go to back to Radiator Springs. McQueen's obviously there, and he says to her when they're because they do like the race that him and Doc did in Radiator Springs around that track, and he just says to her like, you know, because he changed his paint to look like Doc, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna if I'm your crew chief, I want to look nice and all that. So I don't think he's gonna race anymore, really. That's how I took it.
He didn't
You
retire.
think- Okay, I'm just going
Michael
off what.
Jordan retired and then he came back. Like, maybe you take that pause and you rediscover what you love, but I from what I interpreted and to my knowledge, the movie explicitly stated that Lightning is not done. If he was done, I would probably cry and like never watch another movie again, but that's from what I remember.
Yeah, I guess on the Pixar wiki it says that he decides to keep racing by training Cruz. He takes a temporary break while he's training her, but he eventually comes back for a short time. That's what it says on the wiki, so I guess you're right. But
I'm the Cars guy. Like you're not.
well, you just didn't know that strip had 7 championships, so
I did.
let's pump the
I
brakes.
had to
Well, you
double
had to double
check.
check, so yeah,
Look, Strip
we all.
Weathers is like the that was Mickey Mouse. He won those in a plumber era. Lightning McQueen, he did it
I
with
don't want
more
to hear.
competition. He came back. He beat Jackson Storm. Like,
Yeah, what a handicap on that.
yeah, whatever asterisk you want to put on it. Like, there's no doubt in my mind as to who the GOAT is.
No, I agree, but yeah. So Cars 3 is okay. I like Lightning's arc in it. I don't care for Cruz Ramirez at all. I don't really care for much of the story, if I'm being completely honest. The journey that they go on, like their training journey, I don't think is that good as well. I don't really like it. Um, the final race, final battle, it's okay. I think the opening was much more effective though, when McQueen's with his racer friends at the beginning, and then you see them slowly start to die off once the new generation comes in. I think that was much more effective than the end, but it's not as bad as I remembered it. I'll at least give it that. I definitely don't think it was as bad as I remembered it.
Um, it's been years since I watched Cars 2, but if you were to rank all three, where would you put them in? I'm assuming you have one at the top, so maybe just briefly go into why two is better than three.
Yeah, so Cars 2 is obviously very different from the first and third film. It's Mater's story. Lightning's obviously in it, but he's completely in the backseat, narrative in the narrative wise. And it's a spy film. It's not really about racing. It's not really about discovering yourself. It's well, kind of in a sense. Mater kind of discovers himself outside of Lightning in this film, and you obviously get Finn McMissile. You have, I think her name is Holly Shiftwell, is the purple like Corvette girl, and I think it's fun. I used to watch this one a lot because by the time this one came out, my sister was born, and she, as a young kid, constantly watched this one like almost every day. So this was always on at my house, and I enjoy it. I definitely don't think it's even in the same ball league as the first one, but I think it's a good film. I Mater is my favorite character in the Cars universe, so that's why I really enjoy this one. But I get why people don't like it. I totally get it. It's the complaints are fair. It's so over the top. It's so ridiculous. Um, you have cars that are just doing like you kind of have to obviously take yourself out of reality because talking cars, but this one is just like I don't know. It's a little too much, but I have a good time with it. I think ultimately if you have fun with something, there's some level of enjoyment, and that's certainly where I land with the second film.
Do you have a favorite line from this franchise slash first movie?
There's a couple quotes that I really like. I like how I was mentioning when Doc said to Lightning when they were in the barn, he's like, you go take a look. He's like, all I see is a bunch of empty cups, and then he like shuts the garage door on him and just lets him kind of look at them and look at the history. But obviously, like Doc said, racing really didn't do shit for him once he had his crash and I guess got injured slash retired. But the one that makes me laugh every single time, no matter what, is right after the court scene, and they cut to Lightning getting the paver strapped to him and getting his boot off, and Mater's like, "I know this might be a bad time right now, but you owe me $32,000 in legal fees." That kills me every time. Kills me because I'm like, who the hell came up with that? Like, this is a kids movie, and they just throw that stupid line in there. Like, no kid is gonna pick up on that, but it's to me that's just hilarious because Mater's an idiot, but that was really, that's funny.
Mine might be from Mater too. It makes me like smile every time. It's just such a wholesome moment. But when he's like, "I knew I made a good choice," and Lightning's like, "In what?" And he's like, "My best friend."
That's a good line,
That
really
that,
good line. Yeah.
that makes me remember that there's hope in humanity. But
Mhm. I
um,
also like when Mater and him go for the cow tipping, well, the tractor tipping because they're tractors, but and then Big Frank comes out and he's like, "That's Frank," and he speeds off. I like that scene a
I
lot.
like when he's like, "I don't care what you think." That's funny.
Yeah, yeah. Mater's great. I love Mater, and I love all the Mater short films too. I used to watch when those used to come out. When they released them, I would always watch them with my dad and my brother. I'm a big fan of those as well.
Just iconic characters and feel good story, and just really is like a core part of who I am, I guess. Like, I used to know every name to every car, like even the ones that didn't have a speaking role in the film. I used to have every single car, like legit every single one of them. I had the whole collection, but
Well, I wanted to ask you this, and you kind of said it, but obviously this film has been a part of your life forever. But this film has, as long as you've had Letterboxd and as long as I've known you, you've always said this is your favorite slash one of your favorite films of all time. Why has it still been a film that has stayed like that? And especially because you're not the biggest rewatcher, but this is certainly a film that you rewatch a lot. So why does this one constantly stick with you and you want to keep watching it over and over?
like I said, it has the best opening sequence in a film. I think the script is amazing and just really good if you're first starting to study screenwriting, and that like was huge when I took this class 3 semesters ago. Um, no, 2 semesters. It was screenwriting in film and television, and or sorry, advanced screenwriting, and I used that one as like one to study upon because I just love the thing to pieces. There's so many little details that get thrown at you, like for instance, okay, I can't think of an example just off the top of my head, but there's a technique in film called foreshadowing. And I think this film does a great job of that just in the middle of the dialogue where, uh, you know, it's just a throwaway line that you're not really thinking of too heavy gets brought back on later. Like Mater, he's like, my one wish is just being in one of those huge helicopters. And just being able to fly around and shit. And so by the end of the film, what does he get? He gets his wish. So I don't know. It's just a very effective form of storytelling for me. I think this is going to be mandatory watching for my children, and I love the characters. I mean, I'm gonna just start going off what I love again, but love the characters, love the scenery, the animation, is amazing. Just looking at it now, like compared to when I was a kid, I don't think the magic is lost to this day. I love that first shot where it's just the cars blitzing off. Like it immediately locks you in when Lightning's giving you his pep talk, and it gets me amped up. Like I
Yeah,
love this
it's
film.
I forgot to say too.
I'm not
This
not afraid to say it's my favorite film.
yeah this is my baby cousin's favorite film now, which is hilarious. He I mean he's still into Spider-Man. He loves Spider-Man and like the Spider-Man kids TV shows, but this movie is like this is his movie right now that he just replays over and over and over. So it's really cool to see that my aunt's doing a good job of showing him like the films that we grew up with. And
He's got
also I
good
want to mention
taste.
this. Yeah, he does. This is also this is when Pixar had the really good gag reels at the end of films. I don't know if they still do them now because I don't watch as much new Pixar films as I would like to, but the gag reel of Cars is probably my second favorite gag reel in Pixar. It's so great. I love when Mac goes to the drive-in movie theater and he watches Monsters Inc. the car version and he watches Toy Story the car version. I think that was and Bugs Life. I think that was just brilliant stuff. Pixar in their prime was just they were just pumping out amazing films after amazing films and they're just so funny and I still enjoy them at 22 years old. I think they're great.
Yeah,
Yeah, and anything you want. Yeah.
I just really identify with these like Lightning McQueen slash Tony Stark type of characters because I don't know about you, but like I struggle with humbling myself to a degree in the sense that I need to slow down from time to time, and I kind of have that tunnel vision, like in Cars 3 when he sees the issue in front of him, like he sees everyone younger than him faster than him, and he's like, no, no, like he won't stop, and then he crashes out, and then he burns out, however you want to put it. So I relate to those types of characters a lot.
Yeah. That's all you got, I guess, that can segue into kind of our first game of the episode, which is Cars related. So we're gonna be drafting five Cars characters each. I have this pulled up on stream if we can get it on our end as well. But yeah, how we do our normal drafts, just back and forth. Jathan, I will hand the first pick off to you because obviously
I
this
want
is
you
this
to
is your
have it.
film. Okay, that's fine. Fine. We'll just go back and forth like we normally do. I'm going obviously Tomater. He is my favorite. He always kind of has been.
You know what? I'm. This is just off the top of my head. I'm gonna go with Doc Hudson. Um, I'm gonna look at this draft as like my crew chief, and what a better coach than Doc Hudson. He's seen it all. He knows how to win races. He has three Piston Cups. What a better mentor to learn from.
I guess next I'll just go Lightning McQueen. I feel like that's kind of a deal in the second pick, but yeah, Lightning McQueen for sure. Great, great character.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought you were gonna be generous and give me Lightning, and that's why I took Doc because I thought I could get away with the steal here. Just in these drafts, the way I like to draft is it's definitely a strategy, but you know, if you're a racer, you need someone to change your tires, and there's no one that does it faster than Guido. So number two, I'm gonna pick the best Italian car, Guido.
Yep. He's you know, very little spoken guy, but yeah. So Jathan just picked Guido. My number three pick is going to be. This is tough because there's a lot of people I like. I think I'm just going off my personal favorite. I'm gonna go Mac. I love Mac. He makes me laugh. So yeah.
That was gonna be my number three pick. Mac, definitely reliable guy, always has your back. You need those guys in your crew chief. Fuck. I'm gonna go with Jackson Storm. Just talk about a vicious racer. You know, he is gonna put pedal to the metal, and I think he never forgets any grudges.
Yeah, I don't like him because he's a prick, but he's a good character. I gotta give that to him. But next, I'm gonna go Ramon. He's just he's cool, badass. His paint jobs, and I like the guy that voices him, so I'm going Ramon.
And I'm gonna take this out of F1. Like, let's get a veteran to pair up with Jackson Storm just to cool him off a little bit. Let's go with the King Strip Weathers.
Yeah, I was hoping I could maybe snag him with the last pick, but yeah, I think you made the right choice. All right, my number five. This is interesting. I think, I didn't think you were gonna pick him, and I'm happy he's on my team, but let me make sure I'm spelling it right. I'm gonna go played by one of my favorite actors ever, Finn McMissile. Definitely, you know, kind of the
That's
James
out of the
Bond.
box for sure.
No, it's not.
No, I think
In the
he plays a big role in your team. I think he's like kind of the gadget guy, utility.
I'm purely going off my favorites. I'm not trying to win any championships here. I'm just picking my favorite.
Mm-hmm. My number five, we have a lot of racers on the team, so you need some good fuel to help them going. And what better car that knows a lot about fuel and really just is blasted all the time is Fillmore, who the 60s treated him well.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of Fillmore. Fillmore, if I'm being honest. And who's the guy that's with him always?
It's the Jeep.
Sarge? Is that his name?
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah,
right.
it's got to be Sarge. Yeah, it's got to be Sarge. They're okay. They're not bad. They're just not my favorite.
I need whatever Fillmore's got.
Ugh, I don't want. He can keep it. But yeah, so hopefully you can see it on the screen. But Jathan's team is Doc Hudson, Guido, Jackson Storm, Strip the King Weathers, and Fillmore. My team is Tow Mater, Light McQueen, Mac, Ramon, and Finn McMissile. I'm happy with mine. These characters, the only one on your list that I really wanted was Doc, but I like all my characters. I'm happy with
Well,
it.
that's why he was first, and you took some big ones like top three definitely were all picks on my draft board, but I love doing drafts with you, and I think my team would definitely win a Piston Cup, and I think we have
Oh,
uh 10
you have
Piston
11.
Cup championships on our team.
You have 11.
No, we have because Jackson Storm has three. Strip, yeah,
Oh, then you have 13. Because
yeah,
Doc has 3, Storm has 3, and then okay.
and then obviously Strip like Kareem. Like
We're going. My team's going for vibes. We're going.
we
You
got
you pull.
Fillmore and Guido. Like that's all the vibes
You
you need,
No, you pull up to a party with my 5. You're having a good night.
dude.
But yeah,
Fillmore's got the crew fucking geeked.
yeah, they're not gonna remember. They're gonna be too geeked. They're not gonna be able to race the next morning. But yeah, that was fun. Like I said, I love doing little drafts like that. But yeah, I'll let you kind of introduce this, Jathan. But you added this to today's episode to go alongside the Oscar stuff.
Yeah, so I'm. If you couldn't tell by now, I'm a big sports guy, and Sporkle is home to a lot of like NBA, NFL quizzes, but they also do movie stuff. So the way it works is we are gonna see which Oscar nominated movies we can pick out that were nominated in the 2010s for Best Picture. So something a little relevant today, but the way this
Hmm.
is gonna work is I assume it's gonna show us a picture or it's gonna like give us an empty title of the film, and then how it works, Nick, is you're gonna fill in the name of the film by typing it on your keyboard. So I hope
Yep.
you're ready to not misspell because that does dock you some time. But we'll see
Oh,
how much we can
yeah.
get in 6 minutes.
Yeah. You're gonna be doing this along with me, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna help you, but you gotta type it.
Yep. Yeah. 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 My typing's awful, so we might miss some points.
No worries.
So yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready when you're ready.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's go. The Imitation Game, I want to say.
Correct.
Yeah. Ridge. What was it? It's
Brokeback.
it's
No, that's
nope. Uh, let's go. If we go next, does
next.
it take timeout? All right.
Yeah, you can
Hidden
skip it.
Figures, of course. Hidden Figures.
Life
Life
of
of
Pi.
Pi. Of course. Yep. Black
Black
Panther,
Panther.
easy. The Theory of Everything.
Bottom
Where's
left.
Theory? Yep. Slaves, 12-year slaves. Where is it? Why
Years
can't I find
bottom
it?
right. It's in alphabetical
Oh yeah.
order.
Yep.
Manchester
Manchester by
by
the
the
Sea.
Sea. Great movie.
Yep.
Hell or High Water.
Darkest Hour. Yep.
War
War
Horse.
Horses. Not
Bang.
bad. That's not bad. A lot of those I haven't seen before.
Let's keep
Some of them.
going.
You want to do another one?
Yeah, I had fun.
Yeah, let's what else do they got on here?
Kung Fu Panda.
Okay.
American
Nice.
Pie.
American Pie. Yeah. E.T. Uh,
Titanic.
Ghost. Titanic. Pig. That's not.
Animal
What
Farm.
was that?
What's that one movie? I think it's called
Sure.
Okja. It's about a pig.
Oh yeah. Oak. Yeah. What? I don't know any more pig movies. Life of Pi.
Charlotte's Web.
That's what I was thinking. Sure.
No.
No. Snakes on a Plane. Get near the mic.
Devil Wears Prada. The Devil Wears Prada. Horn Hears a Who. There's a O in Horton.
Where? In between
Instead
right
of the A.
Oh. Why am I
Really?
not spelling right?
Uh,
Where do you think that one was?
the Elephant and the Mouse.
No, that's probably Dumbo.
Cars.
Jesus
If
Christ.
that's not Cars.
Where's supposed to be cars?
With the cars.
Oh, okay. I haven't even really looked at them. I'm just like typing.
No, I get it.
Who's Got Mail?
What's that one movie of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Quiz show?
No. It had something Patel. Many Oscars.
Oh, Slumdog Millionaire?
Yes. Slumdog Millionaire. There's an I in Millionaire. Air.
Where?
AIRE.
There we go. That was a good pull. That's a really good pull. Oh, that's what's the movie Jake Gyllenhaal and
Brokeback
Heath
Mountain.
Ledger? Yep.
Haven't seen it.
It's really good. I couldn't think of the name though. What do we got left? We have
What's the chocolate?
where's that? Oh, right here. Chocolate. Is it? The male one's throwing me off. Oh, this one's Benjamin Button.
Yep.
Yeah. The Ghost and the Gun. I don't know. I tried Scream. This coffee one. I don't know.
Let's do the Queen and the Two Rings and then Paris, because I feel like that's a gimme.
Queen, Two Rings in Paris. There's got to be some type of Jesus Christ. I don't know. Two rings. Two rings.
Um, how are we only at 13 of 20? Is there another row? There's only 16.
I don't know.
Um,
I don't know.
okay. Sunrise, breakfast, coffee.
Ace or Clover.
It's not casino. Um, the mail. Catch Me If You Can.
Running package chocolate. What is this ghost and gun? I don't. Ghost gun? Ghost?
Poltergeist.
How do you.
I feel like they would have a TV in the emojis, but
Yeah. This one down here.
Ghostbusters. Bang.
Good. That should have been an easy one. That's a. Yeah. Jesus Christ. We suck.
Outside of the box.
Pig? Pig? I literally did the movie Pig. That's literally a movie, and I don't know.
It wasn't Oakja.
No, it wasn't. I'll try it again. Man, this
I'm
was
curious.
tough. We're out of time.
Lord of the Rings,
The
Two
Breakfast.
Towers, The Breakfast Club, Babe. That was way out there. Night Before
Oh my
Christmas.
God.
Should have gotten. Forrest Gump.
I typed in. I typed in you got
Oh,
mail.
the chocolate. Forrest Gump.
I typed in you got mail. But I was thinking Lord of the Rings, but I'm like that doesn't make any sense. Because when I saw these, I was thinking Paris. I don't know why. I
Two
was.
Towers. Yeah.
Damn it. You want to do the second one? Might as
One
well while we're
more.
here. I'm into it. Yeah. All right. One more.
Okay.
I don't know why it says out of 20. Because. Or is there 20? No, there is 20. Yeah. This one has 20. Book. Kid. Book. Repeat. I don't think so. No. This one too, with the girl, the van, tsunami, waves, sun, dancing.
Mean Girls.
Oh, it has to be.
Haven't
Yes,
seen
I
it.
knew it. Once I went through each one, yeah, that's exactly how the movie goes. Um, all right, baby bottle, money, baby, and the dad, American Dad or something. Oh, what is that movie called? Uh, no.
Young Sheldon.
I wish we. Oh Jesus, I don't think so, but I wish there was like a little hint button or clue button. Money, 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 baby. What it? $1 million baby. It has to be.
I think you're right.
God damn it! All right, we gotta start thinking outside the box.
Uh,
What is
fuck.
this called? A baby? What is that called? A baby bottle?
Daddy Daycare. Have you
Singing.
seen that
How do you spell
movie?
pacifier? Yeah, I have.
Pacifier. The pacifier.
Yeah, I know that's not. No. Kid reading the book over. What is? That's got to be. This one's pissing me off.
Yeah.
Who reads a book? What book? What is there?
Fuck! We're not gonna get it.
The baby bottle one, I have no clue. I don't even know. I can't even think of anything.
Let's see.
The dad with the yikes thumbs up. I don't know.
Milk. I said milk. Borat. We should have had that.
Yeah, yeah. You said milk. If you said it, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I was kind of just
Wow.
thinking out loud, but
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking of what was in the bottle. Wow. Man,
it's a
that's fun.
cool site.
I, yeah, I could keep doing that. That's really fun. But yeah. All right. That was a long episode. Hopefully, I mean, there's been a lot of technical difficulties on the back end. Hopefully, this episode comes out all right. Um, but give us a little grace because this is the first episode back since we both, in our respective places now. But I had a good time. Jathan, is there anything you want to say before we end off episode 21?
Um, take care of yourself. Watch some movies. Um, and subscribe.
Yeah. That was a chaotic one, but a fun one. All right. See you guys next time.